It- Okay, that is backwards. Thank you so much for your time, and viewer discretion is advised. This is not for children. It contains historical violence. Except the thing is that we don't really know. Okay, so it's referring to an archaeological site, Otzi the Iceman, which was found in some place where it must have been called a long time ago. So there's different. Well, I mean, let me preface this. I'm not going to waste your time. I'll try to convey information. Otzi the Iceman is an archaeological site that has to do with human remains of a person that was frozen around the year 3000 BC, which was like 5,000 years ago or something like that. This is a long time ago. I don't know what was going on a long time ago, but it is a long time ago. That's one thing we know for sure. I mean, not we, but people that are smart. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. So this guy, National Geographic, covered this. So, so this guy, like, something to do with I don't know if it has to do with like beat pogs or beat pog. Is that how you say it? Beat pogs or something? Uh, Something that have to do with ice. I mean, you have a person. Interesting. A grown man. You could be looking right at me right now. Like, if that makes sense. You get what I mean. Anyway, he dead. They got frozen in the ice. But the thing that was interesting is that forensics and paleontologists and other people are able to see what was inside his stomach. And it's a lot of interesting things. And I don't know who exactly we're talking about, but it's someone that was an interesting person where we do not know who it is, because this was literally 5,000 years ago. Otzi. Otzi the Iceman. Thing that's crazy. I mean, if you want, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna be anyone that is in a position to actually explain the context of this. But this was 5,000 years ago, up in Europe, right? As a guy like really really cold and stuff, and they can read probably like with a computer, like what this person had in their stomach, and we can like basically just speculate as to what had happened, because this is not a funeral. This is a crime scene. So there are several different. I don't know if I should say the Smithsonian Institution or I don't know, but so there's this dude got hit let me give you some more context just to make sure that I don't sound more like an idiot than I already am. There's no other evidence of anything that's going on around here. This doesn't have anything to do with that is connected to some sort of a historical period or some sort of anything that was documented or whatever. Anyway, a dude got shot in the back with an arrow, and it was in 3000 BC, and then he froze. That's what happened. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I'm always right. So they were looking at the contents of this person's stomach. Let's say the Iceman. Something that they found was flowers. Or, I mean, remnants of chemicals that come from flowers or, whatever archaeologists do and stuff. So this is a long time ago. This is 5,000 years ago. And we're in the cold. It's a hard life. Like this. So we like what the heck are we doing in Europe 5,000 years ago? I don't know. Feeding the dog. Yeah, we got some dogs. Making sure we get meat cold. Make sure we got kids are fed. We're making clothing out of fur. Interesting. Otzi the Iceman. Who are you? What were things like? Because you can get giardia from drinking ice. So, someone, I forget, I'm not going to name any names. Someone had posited this idea that this individual was a criminal. Like someone that a town was trying to like chase out. And I'm not talking about anything to do with like what 3,000 years ago in Europe. This is a long ways up. It's cold. Not talking about like some civilization. I'm talking about like hunter gatherers. So this guy, forensics show that, he is probably shot in the back, boom, in the spinal cord, which would have immediately been, I don't know, but I'm sure it sucked. Right? And it's like way up in the snow. So it's like, who are you? What happened? Like, and why were you eating flowers? I'm talking about Europe. Modern day United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, etc. This guy, he was, for whatever reason, he was killed on the ice and he was frozen. And then they even got some other stuff too about some freaking like it was an actual arrow. Like, and I'm not talking about some freaking stupid freaking comic book movie. I'm not talking about like the Middle Ages or whatever. I'm talking about 5,000 years ago. That's a long time ago. Anything that you can think of, this predates that. So, O.C. the Iceman. What happened? You got shot in the back with no one else there. What the hell were you doing? What would you be doing in that time period? Because that's a long time. That's like a really. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that. Anyway, that is the forensics. Okay, if you're actually paying attention, it's actually really interesting. So, archaeological site, right? I don't know exactly where it is. I don't know if I want to say Finland or Sweden or Norway or. But yeah, this guy was like shot with like an arrow in the back. Like in a way where it was. I mean, I'm not some sort of like, crime scene cop or something like that. But you're shot in the back and you're the only one there. So, one school of thought is it's a criminal. If you didn't hear that, a criminal. And that, I don't actually believe that, but it's really interesting. Anyway, I highly recommend researching this thing. Has to do with a person that a long time ago when they were like extinct. Well, actually, there weren't, but there was like some stuff in the, and then something went down, and for whatever reason, someone shot another person with a bow and arrow. Thus, from a long time ago, from 5,000 years ago, this is like right in whatever it is. This is interesting. You have to look this up. This crazy. Because you can make up like this. And I'm talking about a fucking cartoon. I don't want a goddamn motherfucking like Ice Age, like, cute little rat and shit. I'm talking about actual people. They were cold. This guy got shot in the back. We're gonna find out who did it. And then we're gonna get a time machine and figure out what the heck is going on here. Because I want to know. And plus, with that amount of energy, that was not like a simple, like, someone like stab someone. It's like, no, this was a projectile weapon. Talking 8,000 years ago. Or, shoot. Correction. 5 or some number Pretty sure it's 5,000 years ago. We got people walking all over the planet. You know, and this dude, he probably pissed someone off. I know a lot of ways to piss people off. But whoever this person is, Otzi the Iceman, you're probably something crazy. They probably just tried to run you off. But you're crazy as fuck. Okay? And that's why we want to look at your human remains. Yeah, it's crazy, but it is true. Hope everyone is having a good night.